Hi everybody, welcome back to Bobby's Bees, and today I just wanted to share a quick video, really simple way to check your hives and make sure that they're still doing okay. A very easy way to check to see if they're heating. You know, bees over the winter, I remember I used to wrap my hives in the beginning and I used to do all this work, but once I learned how those bees stay warm, the queen is inside this big cluster, this big ball, okay? She's in the middle and she's staying warm. But the bees are all taking turns making their way to the center, just like penguins do. Just like penguins stay warm in the Arctic, the bees have the same concept. They're heating and rotating and taking turns, and their body heat will keep all the bees warm. The biggest problem with wintertime is humidity, the moisture that collects and then it drips onto the hive, and that's a quick killer. A couple years ago, I did an experiment where I had some hives with screen bottom boards, and then the other hives had solid bottom boards, and most of them actually overwintered. I think I only had one loss out of 10 hives, and it was actually one with a screen bottom board, but I don't think it had the numbers. I don't think it was necessarily the screen bottom board. I think it was just the fact that it was a late swarm that we caught. Now I've come to the conclusion that the biggest problem is humidity. Now, bees are experts at venting their hives, and a lot of my hives, they either have vent boxes on top or they have those little disc entrances that have a screen. That's going to help with the humidity getting pushed out. You don't necessarily have to give your bees a jacket or extra insulation because they're going to heat themselves in a different way. But just make sure that you have venting for your bees, either screen bottom board vent or a vent box on top. You can actually just use another box and drill a hole through each side, put a screen on so mice don't get in. But another way to check to make sure your bees are still alive is use one of these laser thermostats. Today it's right around 10 degrees. This morning it was about 5 degrees. It was really cold here in Michigan. But you can just hit your boxes and you'll know where the bees are up in the hive, because you're going to see about a 5 to even 10 degree, depending on how big the cluster is. You're going to see this little difference. You can see my laser. And then I'll hit that top right there. I click the top box where the bees are at, and it's 22 degrees. 23 degrees actually. So 19 degrees on the front, 22 degrees, 22 degrees here, 23 degrees on the top box. March or April, if you have a dead out, be sure to remove those frames, especially if you're feeding sugar water early season to try to build those bees back up because they've used all their stores. If you happen to have a dead out and they don't make it, if you keep that moisture, that sugar water in there, that moisture with the hot and the cold and the temperature going up and down, come April or something, if you wait too long to pull those frames out, you'll have mold all over your hive. So make sure you know which hives are dead. That way you're not putting water and extra moisture into that hive. So when you go to clean that hive up and take those frames out, they're not covered in mold. So just a friendly tip. I just wanted to help you. That's happened to me before, and so it was a heartbreaker. That was so much honey that went to waste. So I hope that helps everybody out there. You know, coming out here looking at my hives, I realized this is the first year that I forgot to put mouse guards on the entrances of my hives. So stay tuned for that video. Will come out. I'll show you how to eradicate any mice that might be in your hives, and then we'll staple on some hardware cloth. Thanks for watching today. I hope your guys' hives are alive and they're doing well. Can't wait to get into my bees here in a couple months. Stay tuned for more videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.